So, welcome back, YouTube. It is still Thursday, August 17th. Dang, I got so much crap in my pockets, it's like banging on my knees and driving me nuts. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Oh man, I was gonna say the date and time and I just forgot it, just like that. Thursday, August 17th, 7:54 p.m. Taking my 8 o'clock lunch break. So, been quite a change of events since the last little segment that I shot right after Emmanuel, the Frenchman, left. Yeah, Glenn never showed up. He's about 45 minutes late yesterday, which ended up not being too big of a deal. I never did finish my story. Now is actually probably a good time to explain like how that went down. But I never noticed that gate before. That's actually a gate that can be opened to access the drainage there. Not that y'all can see that because it's too dark, but that kind of infrastructure just always fascinates me. I don't know why. Just because I want to know where everything is, literally everything, all the accesses, all the potential extra paths, all the easements. I just want to know it all. On that note, I don't know that I've ever walked down this sidewalk. So I took the, you haven't seen the videos preceding this, I took the SkyTrain to work today, took the bus to the SkyTrain. So my car is at home. Wow, this seems crazy overgrown. I mean, it's not like the sidewalk's inaccessible, but it doesn't seem like it's very well maintained through here. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever walked down the sidewalk going this way. I've never used public transit. I mean, I've used public transit to come to work many times, but I always come in through the SkyTrain, through the car rental center. I've never come in through the front of Hertz via public transit or on foot. I'm either driving or I'm riding shotgun in Glenn's car. Oh, Glenn's all right. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't show up at all. And when Anthony, the MLS night supervisor, tried to call him, there's no answer at all. Anthony's kind of worried that he's just burning the candle at both ends. Glenn is working an insane amount of hours, and sort of reminiscent of when I was doing Domino's and MLS and still trying to pump up as many hours and shifts as I could get at various places through Wonolo as well. Speaking of which, I'm on my new schedule where I work, technically it's Sunday through Thursday, but in terms of the pay period and the week, it's Monday through Thursday and then Sunday, because Sunday ends the work week. So I was kind of curious how that was going to work. It's working out pretty simple. I'm off tomorrow, and I'm off the next day, and I come back to finish my 40 hours by working 8 hours on Sunday. Not sure what I'm doing for food for lunch. There's a bus right there. Part of me wants to take the bus down. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. I'm sure the next one will be coming along for like 30 minutes. Oh, you know what I really want to do. $5 Whopper Junior Duo. Pick any two from our Whopper Junior selection. That sounds like it fits my budget for lunch. Yes, it does. Yeah, my game plan was to take, I didn't bring any food with me, and my game plan was to roll with Glenn at 8 like we usually do. Like we didn't last night. Last night I went over to the, he rolled out to take a half-hour break, and I went ahead and drove the Shag up into the rental car center and just kind of kicked back, ate food that I already had, and made use of the Wi-Fi hotspot inside the rental car center. But yeah, today that's not an option. I've goes to Route 13. That's the route that goes up and down Buckeye Road. I don't feel like I have enough time on this 30-minute break to be messing with the bus to go over to Circle K. Now, I haven't shot any vlogs of it, but sometimes when I'm on my break with, and I haven't really talked about like taking the break with Glenn, that's usually a pretty good time. And I appreciate that he's like been generally asking me to roll with him. Sometimes we go to the Shell gas station here. I don't what the hell's the name of it? I can't even read the sign. Something Mart? Minute Mart. Yeah, the prices here are way high on most stuff compared to Circle K, but they do take the EBT card. Not even messing with Subway. You know, as much as it's tempting to get something there with my EBT card, I think I'm gonna roll back to Burger King. Try one of those Whopper Junior deals. Two Whopper Juniors for $5 is well within my budget, and I got both my debit cards now. I got my Chase debit card, which I need to use at an ATM to activate, so I can do that right now. That's handy, right across the street. And but yeah, my breaks with Glenn, I haven't really talked about them much, but they're generally a good time, and we've just been going to various fast food places around here. Now Glenn is not only vegetarian, but he doesn't do dairy either, so I guess that makes him vegan. He does eat fish, so we've gone to Pete's Fish and Chips a couple of times. I haven't been too thrilled. You know, I've never been a huge fan of Pete's and Chips. I've gone there off and on, but yeah, the Pete's Fish and Chips thing was a little disappointing. Anyway, rolling into Burger King right now, hopefully. All right, it is 8:13. Just got what I needed done at the Chase ATM. I got to remember there's a branch right here at 16th Street and 16th Street in Buckeye, because that is really convenient with my job at MLS. So I got the 2 Whopper deal. I ordered it on the kiosk. It's been quite a while since I've ordered anything at Burger King, and a much longer while since I've gone into that Burger King. It's been completely changed up, the whole model, since the last time I entered it. And in the lobby, in fact, I think the last time I went there, they didn't even have kiosks for ordering. The lobby's got 2 in the middle of the lobby, and then there's still 2 registers. And since I wanted to take advantage of a special that I saw on a poster outside, I figured it would be easier if I actually talked to a cashier. Wrong. Yeah, so I looked up at the menu, and the menu board explained it very clearly, and then as I was reading what my options were from their Whopper Junior menu, which there's quite a few, I think there's 6 different varieties, maybe more. And as I was looking through those, it changed to something else. I hate animated menus that change. Like, that's fine if you want to use an LCD screen for your menu, so when you need to change it, you can change it quickly and easily. That's all well and good, but don't animate that shit. I don't know if anybody who needs to hear this speech is listening, but don't animate that shit. Don't make that shit change. Make sure prices are clearly visible on there, menu options and product descriptions are clearly visible on there, and make sure that shit is static so it doesn't move. Because it is frustrating as hell when I'm reading a menu and trying to make my decision as to what I want to order, and then what I'm looking at changes. Now I'm looking around like, okay, so where'd that information go? Oh, now it's gone. Well, that was fucking helpful. And then I gotta wait and hope that it comes back in the same spot. That's awkward. And of course, the cashier that was there, right behind the counter, didn't even acknowledge my existence. He's way too fixated doing a little bit of sweeping, which is good. I mean, cleaning is good. A clean restaurant is a good restaurant, but like, generally speaking, customer at the counter, more important than the dirt on the floor. At least I want to believe I'm more important to the dirt on the floor. To this particular Burger King employee, I was clearly not as important as the dirt on the floor, because he didn't acknowledge me whatsoever. As I'm standing there awkwardly looking at the menu board, that the section I was looking for had disappeared. All right, we got a rolling parking lot here. I can only assume it's here for Avis because it hurts. We don't take in anything like that after 4 p.m. That gate is closed and that security guy goes home. I'm assuming, wow, I see some other stuff waiting to go into Avis. I think Avis is the other yard that uses this entrance. It's 1625 and 1711. And 1711 is Hertz. Yeah, I got another rolling parking lot right there. It's so funny how many people on the night shift at Hertz, especially those that are with MLS, came over from Avis. They're all buddies with Glenn. I miss Glenn. I love working with Glenn. The guy I'm with tonight, I'm not too thrilled about that. I don't want to talk bad about him, but like at first when he rolled in with me, he's like, so how's this gonna work? I said, well, just whatever works. Whatever works. He goes, we just gonna take turns back and forth every hour. I'm assuming he means like driving the shag and moving the vehicles, which, I'd be all down to do that, but it's really, really clear that this guy doesn't know the maintenance job enough to be driving the shag, and which I kind of anticipated. The French guy, Emmanuel, like every time he's driving the shag, it's still awkward with him. And like there was one day, actually it was maybe yesterday or the day before, he was driving the shag and I'm sitting in the back seat, and Rob, the number one manager for MLS, he rolls up on us and he's like, so what are you guys doing? I'm like, I'm in the back seat. I have very little control of this situation. I mean, bottom line on that, should I be doing more work? Yes. Is there much I can do about it sitting in the back seat? No. But he had, was telling Emmanuel that hey, if there's nothing in the line there in the maintenance line, you can go into the receiving line, the rental check-ins, and you can, that's my shag, by the way, with the hazard lights on. Because you can go into the rental check-ins and you can all right, nobody look, I'm entering my code. Beep beep boop boop beep. So because you can go into the rental check-ins and you can see if there's any maintenance cars there that they haven't had a chance to move over to the line. And I know this. I'm not the guy driving the shag. And fortunately, I had, and to be bluntly honest, did I walk over there because I was checking? Did I walk over there because I was checking for maintenance cars? Not particularly. I mean, I was checking for maintenance cars. Don't get me wrong. I was most definitely checking for maintenance cars, but the main reason I had walked over there was to walk inside, was to get where I had a good strong Wi-Fi signal and either upload something or download something to YouTube, or download something or upload something to my Microsoft OneDrive cloud. I'm not sure. I mean, there's so much of working on this blog, the final steps of editing and posting it, where it involves a lot of just moving big files back and forth between the cloud and then up to YouTube. I did finally get my data recharged on my Mint mobile phone, because I've been without that for like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I used up last month's just way too quick, and I'm sure that was moving large files, so I need to make a point not to do that, because it really makes other things that I need to use the internet for when I'm out and about, such as checking gas prices and responding to messages on messenger apps, and maybe replying to comments, checking email, just using Google Maps. It just makes all that shit really, really difficult when I'm without data. And it got really hectic like last Sunday, because last Sunday is when, like, I've just been hotspotting Obama Phone 5. Well, last Sunday I ran out of data on Obama Phone 5 as well. So I've had, like, basically, if I have no Wi-Fi, I have no internet. Like, that's how it's been for me since Sunday, which I haven't really mentioned much, but that just sucks when that happens. whenever I'm moving big files, even when I do have data available, which I didn't this week, when I do, I really need to make a point to get where Wi-Fi is. Now, when I'm driving the Shag, I can make a point to park in places where I can get Wi-Fi, but none of the other guys who drive Shag really get the concept of, hey, can you give me where I have Wi-Fi? Like, you're stopping and you're playing with your phone, and I can't play with my phone because I have no Wi-Fi. I'm cut off. This is not cool. On that note, the new guy, I mean, Glenn will mess with his phone and stuff, but when we're up in the garage and we're looking for maintenance cars, like, Glenn's eyes are peeled. And if he's riding shotgun, he's looking even closer than I am, because A, he's got better vision, and B, I'm still driving the car. So I got to focus on driving as well as looking for the cars. Well, this guy I'm rolling with tonight, I don't think he's looked away from his phone whatsoever, unless he's actively driving a car, walking to a car, walking back for a car, or if he's smoking his vape. He's vaping in the car with me. I didn't say anything about it, but come on, dude, really? Like, it's clearly posted in the break room. You don't do that in the rental cars. There's a posted speed limit on the lot of 20 miles per hour. Generally, as long as you keep it under 25, that's acceptable. But every time I'm following him down from the garage to the maintenance yard, like, he's gone. He goes down that ramp, and by the time I get down the ramp to where the split is, where you can go left, right, or just into the south side of the yard, which is where the cleans and the dirties and the newly received vehicles are. And I think there's also an electric car area, and then to the left there's retail and wholesale. Yeah, by the time I get into there, like, he's gone. I don't even see him. And then when I'm going around the outside, you know, the east side of the perimeter of the lot, and I make it around the bend, I don't see him. He's gone. So I don't know how fast he's driving, but obviously, like, faster than he needs to. It's like, dude, slow down. We're paid by the hour. I enjoy driving slow when it's a convenient thing, and this is like the perfect situation for it. But yeah, he disappears on me. So sometimes he just goes to the wrong place, and I don't even know where he is because I didn't see him, because he left me behind while I'm doing a safe speed coming out the ramp. And he got super frustrated when we were taking one to where the windshield chips go, and he parked it in the gatekeeper line. Now, I've told him on numerous occasions, we don't take anything to the gatekeeper line. We clear out the gatekeeper line. So I said it again. So we don't take anything to the gatekeeper line. We take things from the gatekeeper line. And I think I said it maybe a little terse. I'm not good with tone of voice. I'm not good at interpreting it. I'm not good with delivering it. I prefer to communicate with text. Just saying. But he seemed kind of upset. But I mean, and then of course later there was one that we actually had to put in the gatekeeper line. Now there is one on the right side of the gatekeeper line, are the ones that I absolutely can't figure out what the hell they are. And right now there's one that we've been asked not to move. It's a big blue and gray van. And then so far I've had 2 cars tonight that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what the hell that to make out of that. And I don't have anybody to ask at this point. I mean, I guess I could ask Anthony, but it's just like, it's been pretty clear that if I leave 3 or 4 cars sitting in that line for day shift, like, that I couldn't figure out, then that's perfectly fine. So of course, after I told him, you know, we don't put anything keeping the line in later, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, that one, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the hell that means. So he has no idea what any of the things on the windows mean, which is funny because he thinks he's gonna shag. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't. He's like, oh, I did it before. We just take everything down to the gatekeeper line. I'm like, yeah, they probably asked you to move maintenance cars as an up-down driver, and they told you just take it to the gatekeeping line, but that's not what you do when you drive maintenance. That's what you do when you don't drive maintenance and you move a maintenance car. If you drive maintenance, you move those cars that people don't know what they're doing with the maintenance cars, put in the gatekeeper line, and you put them where they go. Well, anyway, we'd already done a chip line. I figured he would remember. And I get not remembering everything. That's fine. But if you don't remember, just ask. Say, oh, I don't remember where that goes. You can follow me. And I will be doing 22 miles per hour. Deal with it. All right, my break is pretty much over, so I'm going to wrap this up. Did I get to the stupid story about I hate the shifter on this. It's got those weird dashboard pull thingies. Did I get the story about the body damage cars? No. It's a good story. It needs more than the minute and a half of break I had left. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to come back to that. I can't remember the name of the guy and what. I can tell he just absolutely doesn't want to be with me. And I think he seems kind of resentful. Like, he feels like I'm pushing him around and that I'm not doing as much work, when in reality it's kind of the other way around. He just doesn't really know what to do, because I mean, every time we get down and there's stuff to be moved out of the gatekeeper line, or on the maintenance yard, I park the shag and I'm working on it. But then he's yeah, somebody in the spot I was going for. And then I'm working on it, and then he'll move the one vehicle, and then he's standing around looking lost. So I don't know. It is what it is. But I mean, they put me with a new kid yesterday, and that new kid was on it. We just didn't really move very many things before. We got sidetracked by the whole thing with the body damage cars, and I will explain that on my next video. I promise. It's coming up. It's an interesting story.